What's up, everybody? So today I'm going to show y'all how to tint the front windscreen on your ZX-6r, Honda CBR, whatever bike you want. I'm in my garage today because it's raining and I'm not at my shop today. So let's get to it. All right, guys, so what I'm using next is air tint. It's from Vivid. You can get it on Amazon, like 20 bucks for, I think, 16 by 10 feet. Worked good. It's a dark smoke. So I'll go this length, have a little bit of overlap on it, and I'll come over all the way across, and there, that's about right. All right, guys, so I removed the old tint, cleaned it up. When you do your windscreen, you want to use a 70% alcohol, okay? 70% IPA, you get it from Walmart, $1, $2, whatever the heck it is. Anything more than that will actually crack the acrylic or, completely fog the acrylic up and etch it, basically. So that's not what you're looking for. This whole process is going to take about 10-15 minutes, depending on skill level. I mean, most people can do it, I would say. It's nothing crazy. Super small piece. Yeah, it's rounded, but the vinyl that we're going to be using, it is, you can lift it and relay it down without using any liquid or anything like that. It's air release, so it's got air channels built into the pockets of it. So if you do get a bubble, say here or something like that, but you've laid basically everything around it, you can either lift it up on the edge here and push that air bubble out, or you should be able to just push the air bubble out and work it out. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move on to undoing these bolts on the windscreen. Take these 4 bolts out. Makes it a lot easier because you can pull this area back a little bit, and when we go to tuck the vinyl underneath it, you don't have to worry about it getting stuck or caught or anything like that. So let's take these pieces out. Now I'm going to re-wipe the whole thing down. Make sure it's cleaned off. Good. Let it dry up. Tools you're going to need. Definitely need a heat gun. Hair dryer won't really do it, but I recommend the Wagner. You can get it from Walmart for 26 bucks. It goes up to 750 degrees. It's perfect. I use it for all my wrap jobs, everything I do, and this thing lasts. So definitely worth the money if you need a heat gun for whatever reason. This tint, it has a clear film over top of it. Leave that on, okay? Don't take this off until the end because it's going to prevent scratching on the actual tint. So what I like to do now is lay my tint over like this. Make sure I have the full coverage that I'm going to need. It goes all the way down. What we're going to do is we're going to start on one side, we're going to tack it. Peel that backing off. There we go. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lift it and I'm going to heat it. And me heating it makes it a lot more pliable, so we can really work with it. You want to keep the gun back far enough so you don't melt it, though. And then we're going to take it and we're going to lay it over, just like that. One of the hard parts is done now. Another tool I recommend, get a squeegee. It's a gold 3M squeegee off Amazon. Works great. It's a little harder than most, so it's perfect. And then a wool glove. You can get this on Amazon also, 5 bucks. So the issue I have right now is this mirror is in my way, okay? All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna trim some of this away. Boom. Now I got enough room to bring the rest of this over, bring it down, and work it out. And we will heat this area up. Just like that. And what you want to do is you want to spread this vinyl out, okay? And now we can work it out. Lay it down real nice like that. Don't worry about creasing, because you can't crease it. If you get a crease, just lift it back up a little bit, you know, and then heat it up. The crease will self-heal, and you can relay, just like that. Get my squeegee. Bottom area here. Get that laid down real nice. There we go. Now we're basically done with this half. Let's go to the other half. Same thing over here. Cut this mirror out a little bit so we can actually work. For this blade, this is also on Amazon, $10. The only blade I ever use. It's an anti-shake blade. It works amazing. I use it on all my cars for wraps. I use it on tint, everything. This is the way to go if you want to, you know, get a nice blade. So we're going to re-lift this half, heat this up. And then spread it out and lay it back down, just like that. Now what you're doing is you're pushing the air to the outside. So all you're doing is really just getting this air out and making sure it lays down nice and smooth for you. A little bit of a crease right there. Keep that out. Oops. There we go. Your windscreen is basically tinted at this point. So what we want to do, all these little edges right here, down here, you don't want to just shove it in how it is, okay? What we want to do is, you want to lift the vinyl up to that little crease right there and lift it out of it. Because if you don't, all you're doing is bridging it and you're going to get a lot of pullback. If you don't lift, all you're going to get is a bunch of lifting vinyl at the end. Okay, it's not going to stay tucked because you didn't really do anything that you're supposed to. You're just bridging over a gap, and that's not going to stay. It's not going to lay down properly. So I recommend getting some tuck tools. These are stuff like this, also on Amazon, vinyl tuck tool. I'll put the links in, you know, the description on the down below. You guys can check everything out. All cheap stuff, you know. I mean, to have the whole windscreen tinted with all the tools you need, if you don't already have the tools, or maybe you could find some kind of tool like it, hey, $50, $60, you know. But you have all the tools you need to go and tint your windscreen or whatever. Still cheaper than $100, $150 new windscreen. So lift it up off the edges. Sticking out that far. You don't need it out like this. You're gonna cut something. That's basically it right there. 1 or 2 clicks up. Don't want to cut your new paint. That would suck. Bring this up. that off, retuck, just like so. There we go. Now, very important part, post heating this. With your post heat, you're making sure that you're not getting any lifting anywhere on the vinyl. It's all gonna stay down nice. You don't have any air bubbles, and you're not gonna have any issues with it coming back up for you in the future. Everything's gonna stay and lay down nicely. So basically, I'm gonna go over all the edges and make sure I don't have anything pulling back on me. It's not pulling back, I mean like any of these little fingers here running back up onto the windscreen. So none of that's happening right now. It's all laying down nice, you know. You're getting a little bit of movement, but that's just because it's got to shrink. All vinyl shrinks no matter what. So basically, you're removing the shrink from this at this point. And it also makes it a little more pliable for when you go and you want to wrap around the top edge here. So you wrap around the top edge and you get full coverage, just like that. I have nothing showing through or nothing popping up, which is good. Now we can go and we can trim. So, very little, and then stick it down in the crevice there. Trim it out. Nothing to it. Peel that right off. Same with this. Get into a proper position for cutting also, so you're not, you know, at an awkward angle when you're cutting something. And then just let the blade do the work. Zero pressure is needed to do this. Sorry guys, it's kind of hard to see in my garage. I don't have the greatest lighting in here. My shop definitely has much better lighting. I would have brought the bike there, but it's been raining all day, downpouring. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I don't need to do all that. Yeah, okay. Not really necessary to tuck that far, just a little bit. And you never want your blade cutting on the actual material. You kind of want to run it on the back side of the metal here, so it's not actually on the paint, scraping anything up. It takes time, it takes a lot of practice to get good at actually cutting on a car or a bike or whatever it is. Make sure when you're trimming this up, you're keeping the vinyl a little taut. It'll help when you to make a smooth, even cut. And I'm just running my blade on the back side of the actual windscreen, so the blade isn't actually touching the windscreen. I have no scratches or anything like that whatsoever. go. That's cut out. Let's heat it up one last time. Make sure it all lays down real nice. It should tuck right into those edges and just lay down real nice, so you won't have anything come back up. You'll be able to watch it actually happen. It'll lay down on its own. Now, the fun part is, trim that up just a little bit. The fun part is actually taking this plastic off. There we go. And this plastic just protects when you're squeegeeing down or whatever you're doing. It protects it from getting scratched up. So you have a real nice black windscreen, smoked out windscreen. So 20 minutes of your time, you know, maybe an hour, you know, however long it takes you, it really doesn't make a difference. Just take your time with it. You want to make sure you're doing it properly. There's no reason to rush, especially if you're doing the job and you don't know how to do it. There's no reason to rush it. Let's go back over it again. Tuck in all your edges real good. Tuck in my edges underneath here, and everything should stay. This is where you post heat your temperatures. Your post heat temperature is about 180 degrees, to where you're basically removing all the memory from the vinyl so it can't stretch back. And you want to always keep your heat gun moving. You don't want to burn anything, and this will burn very quickly. Burn through the vinyl, burn through the plastic, any of it. All right, guys, there you have it. Newly tinted windscreen, dark smoke. It's like, you know, putting 5% on your car or something like that. Really easy job. Take you 20 minutes, maybe an hour. No big. Let me know what y'all think. If you guys need more help, you know, shoot me some messages. I'll answer any questions you guys need. And check out my YouTube, my TikTok, my Instagram, my Facebook. It's Unique Auto Styling. All right, EUNIQUE. All right.